So in London there were two types of people. Okay. There were those who enjoyed queues and thought they were fine, and those who hated queues. People who enjoyed the queues seemed to hate people who hated the queues. So there was like a weird war on Twitter. So if you complained about the queues, you'd just be seen as being like a dickhead. But then people were like, oh, but the queues are really bad this year, and it's just really fucking stupid, Jordy. Film critics hate each other.
Okay.
And it was annoying.
Which one were you?
I was in the I couldn't give a shit camp.
Oh.
So
there's three kinds of people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't bother. None of the queues bothered me. Like, I think for the bigger films, I'm not there for Suspiria, but apparently that filled up pretty quick today.
Right.
But for Beautiful Boy, there was a long queue, but it didn't bother me. Let us in really quick. It's no big deal, Jordy. But yeah, no, I met some really good people. I finally met people from Edinburgh who were there. Met some good people. Had a good time. Saw a lot of films. I'm just having a good time, Jordy. But yeah, no, it was definitely a lot of queuing, but like you're queuing in places that are really nice. Like there's worse. You can queue in Leicester Square and just admire things that are going on and watch people fall over and like you'll be approached by some homeless people who will be like, "Can you give us some money?" or how's it? Some guy, I was queuing outside Picture House Central, which is a really beautiful building, really like lights inside, and it was fun. It was really warm, nice to queue in, and I was queuing outside that, and a homeless guy came up to me and was like, what film are you seeing? And just asked us loads of questions about the film and stuff. And we're like, oh my god. And he was like, I'm a BFI member. I'm like, sure you are, son. Sure you are. That was fun. That was in the queue for Vox Lux, which was a journey.
Do you have your notes?
I don't have my notes on me. I have to go and fucking find all of them because they're all in different documents. So you've really fucked me over this time.
Well, you started with.
I started with a cold open.
I thought you were gonna have.
I started with a cold open.
Okay. What's up, everyone? Welcome to.
I wasn't done yet. I had a really cool anecdote about my Vox Lux queue, which turned out to be not as bad as everyone thought. Vox Lux added to the festival late, as you know. You can edit that bit out because I fucking want this to be like proper.
Okay, but now you're just reviewing Vox Lux.
I'm not. Vox Lux, the queue for it. I review the queue for Vox Lux, which was Hunger Games. Someone described it as Hunger Games.
Okay.
Vox Lux queue because 127 seats. And remember, you can fill an IMAX 800 seats. Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted to see Vox Lux.
Oh. But do you not have tickets? Do they not allocate?
No. You turn up, you queue. That's why there's queues.
That's fucking stupid.
You turn up. It's first come, first served. Press pass. Scan your press pass and you're there.
So stupid.
It's not though. Why would you allocate tickets? They'd be gone in seconds. And then people wouldn't turn up. They'd be gone in seconds. People would not turn up. I think the queuing is a much better system. I went to see the front runner in the morning, and once the front runner finished, everybody got up, and it was like a fucking fight to get out the door, basically.
Jesus.
And me, Aways, and Sam, I think Stuart or Sam or something like that, were in the first in the queue. We were one of the first people in the queue outside because the queue was split into two parts: people who didn't go to front runner and people who did go to front runner. So you were the front of the queue outside, which was a lot of fun, and it wasn't cold. That was where the BFI member.
It wasn't cold.
It wasn't cold.
That sounds good. That would be fucking miserable if it's cold.
Well, it was raining for the front runner queue, but they let us in. They just let us into the inside bit. Yeah. So it was good, but I didn't need to queue for the front. There was loads of good seats for the front runner. I shouldn't have got there as early. I should have had a lie in, because it was 6:30 starts every day. Because I get there for like 7, 8 o'clock, which is
nice.
Get there for like 10 to 7, 8 o'clock, because all of them start at like 8 or 9. So cool. What's the constant white noise? I just noticed that.
The computer.
Oh, can you remove that in post, or is it just always going to be very annoying?
Stop knocking the table. That might help.
Move your table about.
That might help. And your big knees.
Do you want to do your what's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ojai Films podcast.
The greatest show you've never heard of, because apparently that's our slogan. I didn't know who changed the Twitter bio to that, but it's you know when you Google us in Bing.
I didn't.
I didn't change this.
I must have.
You must have thought, oh, that's quirky.
Because I kept saying it, and it sounded cool.
I am Cameron Howell, and I'm joined as always by Mr. Jordy Steele.
Oh,
Mr. Jordy Steele. Yeah. I fucking stole your intro off, you bitch.
Stole me.
Oh my
You're
god.
not going to be talking enough during
No,
this.
this is a Cameron full episode.
Welcome to that Cameron Howe episode, everyone.
Where Cameron awkwardly goes through all the films he saw. In a very way. Jordan needs to try and like get information out. Maybe ask a couple questions, you know, because
Cameron went to the London Film Festival last week, or whenever this comes out.
I was promised Sunday. I came here because you said you'd get out by Sunday.
No, you came here because you had to come to uni. If you had come earlier in the morning, then it could be by Sunday, but oh well, we'll just have to see.
Hopefully this is the last day of the London Film Festival. I spent last weekend there.
Oh, is it still on?
Yes.
Is it just showing the same films over and over again?
No.
What's it showing? What else is on?
There's new premieres every day, Jordy.
How many films are on a day?
Loads. Like tons. Like.
Are they all like foreign films?
No.
Do you know how much
Go and
I hate
bring up
films?
Bring up the fucking website. I'll show you. Suspiria.
No, because it can't just be us talking.
Suspiria was premiering today. That's okay. There you go. We just dated this. It's Tuesday.
Okay.
Suspiria premiered today.
Mhm.
I'm really jealous because everyone.
How'd you find that?
Fuck you. Everyone I know was at the press screening this morning in the IMAX, and I was like, "Fucking hell, seen Suspiria in IMAX." What?
Good.
Mixed things. I think people are saying like, Bigger Splash was better. You know, look at Guadagnino or whatever. You know, it's from Italy.
Oh, the guy that did
Mamma Mia.
Call Me By Your Name.
Yes.
Why didn't you just say Call Me By Your Name?
Because Bigger Splash is a better movie.
I haven't seen either, so.
Oh, you're just annoying. Yeah, loads of good things. I only got to see a weekend of it, which was annoying, but I saw 8 films in the end, and I wanted to fall asleep by the end of them all, and I did.
Oh.
So there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
It's a great time.
Please subscribe. Yeah, no, I didn't want to fall asleep at all films. Some of the films were good. The non-fiction Destroyer were the 2 worst, but we'll get to that later on. Jordy, is there anything you'd like to cover before we go into this, or is it just me talking? Because I feel like, do you want to like message for the folks at home?
Hi everyone.
We've not spoken yet. We have. But
I have spoken, but I've
not
not
a
had
lot.
my part. I'm gonna let Cameron take over for this one.
No, don't do that.
Just this
No.
once, I'm gonna let Cameron be the dominant host.
No, you should host I Review. I told you to ask me questions about
I'll
the
be
movies.
I'll be Simon Mayo.
Simon Mayo it. You put on the.
Hello, Mark.
What's up?
What's up, everyone?
How does he sound? Can you do an impression of Simon Mayo?
I'm trying. You just have to be sort of British and.
He's not that posh.
But just like, you know, miserable all the fucking time.
That was really bad.
This is what he does.
Simon Mayo's a really chirpy guy.
This is what he does.
Fuck you.
Well, Mark Commode is
No,
talking.
Mark Kermode doesn't do that accent either.
He's like talking in it. Yeah.
No, he has massive hands. If he wants to do it, you got to put on like oversized
That's why I was
hands.
doing that.
Oh boy. Where do you want me to start, George?
Cameron, you went to the London Film Festival last Friday?
Friday.
You flew down on Friday?
I flew down on Friday. I was very sweaty by the end of it because I got off the plane. The plane was delayed by about 20 minutes, and that really impacted on my.
Who'd you fly with?
Ryanair.
Oh god. Did the plane, was it still intact?
I looked out the window and the wings had not fallen off yet. The bubblegum held. They didn't even use chewing gum. They just used bubblegum, which is not even as sticky as chewing gum. And some elastic bands were holding it together, but it was good. They're nice enough, I suppose. It was fun. Yeah, so I got off the plane. I sprinted to the Stansted Express. Got off the plane, went to see First Man. We can talk about First Man if you want.
Oh yeah, we can, can't we?
Because we both saw First Man, and Jordy can have a little piece here.
Oh.
Who film of the year?
Maybe in consideration. We'll have to see. First Man, directed by Damien Chazelle, starring Ryan Gosling as
Got a burp coming. What's going on?
Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong, the first man on Earth, hence the title.
First Man on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a caveman drama. A really big departure from the actual Neil Armstrong story.
So tired.
Are you? I couldn't fucking tell. It follows more or less follows him as an actual person.
Yeah,
It does really the journey into space.
Don't go to this film expecting to see
Apollo
the Apollo 11 mission. This is more a drama about Neil Armstrong himself on the build up to him stepping on the moon.
This is where you go. Here's a clip.
And here we have him talking to his children about him maybe not coming back, and here we go.
Are we actually going to clip it, or just
no, we're not.
Do you want me to do it? It's like the mission we planned
Are you gonna come back, Daddy?
We have every intention of coming back. Yeah, he's kind of like Ryan Gosling, where he's like the fucking arse,
Ryan Gosling,
but, you know,
has like an outburst of anger in like every film he does, except this one. So I was kind of disappointed.
He's just kind of chill.
He's always really chill, but I think that fit here because
Neil Armstrong seems like a chill.
I've never met Neil Armstrong.
Never met him.
I've never met him, but can you stop mocking my accent, please?
If you can pick an accent, I won't mock it.
I can't. I'm an interracial boy.
Sorry, yeah, he's very chill. He's a very like mellow performance. Would you say, kind of like just kind of. But he's a very serious man.
Very serious. It starts off with his daughter dying.
Yes.
And
no real spoilers here, to be honest, because it's
based on real life. Yeah, so his daughter dies of a brain tumor, and basically that affects him. We see how that affects him.
I feel like it gives him. You can really see the
entire
drive it gives him as a person to.
Yeah, that's what the film is about more than the Apollo 11 mission.
Yeah, it's about him grief and kind of getting over it
and coming to terms with grief, and because he has a fucking horrible time throughout the film. All his friends die.
Yes, constantly dying.
Because a lot of people, I didn't realize how many failed missions there were.
I think
because it started off with the Gemini or the Gemini missions.
Yeah, what was that about?
They kept calling it Gemini. I was like, oh fuck off. So it started off with the Gemini missions, which was just to
get into
see
space.
if they could get into space and sort of just
land.
Yeah. And like attached to all the things that they needed to attach to get to the moon.
Every launch sequence is fucking insane.
Just it's shot on film, isn't it?
Yeah, 60 very varying types of film. 16mm for some of the stuff.
It's a very grainy film. Like it's shot. It looks like it's from
16mm, 35, 70, all the way up to IMAX, which we'll get to.
It's all handheld as well.
Don't go in expecting a very steady. It's fucking shaky cam to the max.
You get motion sickness.
See it in 4DX, where like fucking falling all over the place. All the launch sequences very well done. Just
very well done. Everything in space.
Yeah.
Everything in space is brilliant. There's never really
the handheld stuff.
There's never really a shot outside the ship, isn't there? It's always inside the ship, so you can see
because that's
the darkness. You can see everything rattling and everything's shaking, and it feels like you get the sense that the ship's like gonna fucking.
A lot of time it felt like because you saw IMAX, and even when it didn't go full frame, which I think gives it full effect. I'll talk about that in a minute, where it's kind of like. You felt like it's like VR kind of all the goggles, kind of like you fucking felt in it, and it was. I'm swearing a lot to this today. You felt like very like you were in the rocket. It was so well done, and I think I also want to talk about the score, which I fucking love.
The score is brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, Justin Horowitz returning again because he won the Oscar. Did he win the Oscar for La La Land? I'm assuming he won the Oscar for La La Land.
Must have.
Ewan Ferryman as well, which is very sci-fi, very 60s. Works well with the whole like aesthetic of the film because it nails that down as well. Set like.
Did he do Whiplash as well?
No, he didn't do Whiplash. I looked up. He didn't do Whiplash. It nails. It kind of goes very well with the whole look of the actual film because the grain really adds something to it. It makes it look very almost documentary kind of like feel to it as well as feeling very realistic and like you're there. In the IMAX sequence towards the end. That was
at one point during the actual Apollo 11 mission, when they land, it suddenly becomes digital and obviously.
No, it looks digital. It's not digital. That's film. IMAX film. The highest resolution cameras in the entire world. It's
But I thought it was like CG.
Oh, some of it'll be CG, but like a lot of it, they filmed it with IMAX cameras, which is like 16K.
Right.
So like in terms of like,
it looked very good.
very
compared
clear.
to what
It was
the rest
almost
of the
like it was. I don't know. I'm gonna get my film student hat on. Where it's like it's almost like an opening of his eyes, kind of like feeling like a. Like kind
the
of
way it
finally,
introduces the moon is very
finally kind of being
sudden
free.
because they open the door and basically the camera is like sucked out of the pod.
And that entire bit of silence as well, isn't it? It's just his breathing. Most of it anyway.
I think so.
Yeah, and it's very tiresome. Using your cinema wasn't, but my entire cinema was just completely just taken away. You could hear a pin drop. That was how quiet it was. It was so good. One of the best cinema experiences I've had this year, and a very good film. Damien Chazelle definitely picking up a lot of technical Oscars. I don't know about performances or maybe adapted screenplay since it's based on the biography First Man. I don't know. Definitely maybe a nomination for that, but I think technical Oscars is coming.
I think it will be
CG, kind of sound design, maybe if Star Wars doesn't pick it up, or Roma.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I don't want to watch it yet, but like watching it, I felt like it was the best film of the year. I need to watch Isle of Dogs, which is my current best film of the year. But yeah,
I'm hopefully going to see it again at some point.
It was very good, and I obviously haven't seen as many films as you.
Of course not.
But your film of the year is like You Were Never Really Here, which wasn't that good.
People didn't think was very good, and I thought it was brilliant because Lynn Ramsey is an absolute gem in his films.
Didn't think it was that good.
I need to watch it again. I saw it in a festival atmosphere, so it was definitely a very different cinema experience. But I loved it. I loved it when I saw it. It's
a very independent film.
Very independent.
It's very independent.
Joaquin Phoenix is a gem and should be protected at all costs. I hope you can hear the lovely traffic outside because we're at Geordie's today.
That film came out last year, didn't it?
No.
In America it did, didn't it?
It might hit the festival circuit. It might hit.
Did it not come out before the Oscars?
I think it was at London. I think it was at London first. Didn't come out before the Oscars.
Oh,
I think it got its world premiere at the London Film Festival in 2017, but it was at Glasgow Film Festival in February.
So it won't get nominated for anything.
No, not this year. No, it won't. No, this year.
Came out too early.
Yeah, no. I hope people will go and see it, but it doesn't look like it. 17 million at the weekend. It came like fifth or something. A massive disappointment. But yeah, I'm hats off to Damien Chazelle again. I hope he continues to get work after this. Since it'll end up being a flop.
He will. He's brilliant.
Yeah, no.
He really understands
cinema.
Yeah, he's just really good. Bright future ahead for that boy. Please hire us.
Yeah, make us your intern.
I saw Bad Times at the Royale.
I really want to see. So we could maybe leave that, or I don't know. I really want to have an opinion on that film before you go full in on that. I don't want to hear much about it because I hear it's a very is it a twisty film?
There are twists. There aren't plot twists, but there are just like, oh, wasn't expecting that. It's a very good film.
Okay.
Nowhere near like First Man or Star is Born, but it is a very good filmy film. Also has a really good opening sequence that you'll see. I'm trying. How can I say it without like spoiling it and also just ruining your experience? It's a very film. Drew Goddard. I haven't seen Free Fire.
It's a son of Jean-Luc Godard.
Jean-Luc Godard. I haven't seen Free Fire or Cabin in the Woods.
I saw Cabin in the Woods on Netflix and I didn't enjoy it.
Did you not? With Chris Hemsworth. This also has Chris Hemsworth in it.
Not like that boy.
But yes, this was it's Alfred Hitchcock meets Tarantino.
Do you think so? Is that?
Yes, very way because it's you can see after watching this film and understanding what Godard was going for, and like
it just sounds like you're talking about Breathless or something.
The themes that he was like pulling upon, you can tell. You can be like, oh, this is what Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's going to be like.
Do you think so?
Very much so. We'll talk about it after, but there is very much characters that interact in a way that is very much going to be important to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Ooh.
And also
Was Charles Manson show up at the end? Is that what you're trying to say?
a Charles Manson-esque character.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, this film is pretty much. I was talking to a friend. What he said, he said it's pretty much. It's beat for beat, Hateful Eight.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you like new Tarantino, do you like Hateful Eight or?
I've not seen Hateful Eight actually.
Have you not?
No, not seen Hateful Eight. I really want to see.
Because I know you don't like Tarantino that much.
No, I'm not his biggest fan. I'm lukewarm on Pulp Fiction. I'm okay with Jackie Brown. I watched all his films and one goal I've got to go apart from Hateful Eight.
See, I think his films are very good. They're not like amazing, but I disagree when people say he's not that good of a director because he is.
No, he's a good director. I just don't enjoy his films as much as everyone seems to love. Very film bro-y, you know what I mean? Very like.
Well,
I love cinema.
His job was at a VHS store.
My favorite films are Fight Club and Pulp Fiction. That's why I have the vendetta against him.
He's gatekeeper, the filmmaker.
Is he? Yeah, because you've not seen Pulp Fiction, you've not seen films. Anyway, so that was you were out there gallivanting about Edinburgh watching all the mainstream releases. I was out here watching all the fucking big Hollywoods, Oscar bait films.
Ones.
Yeah,
the ones that everyone was like, oh, they're going to be brilliant, and apparently no.
I come by like, well, I've got some bad news, folks.
Seen all those films at the London Film Festival? Not good.
Some of them were good. What do you want me to do again?
Oh no, wait, we saw Johnny English.
Oh god, right,
we saw Johnny English Strikes Again.
Oh my god,
my birthday.
I never want to speak about that film ever again in my entire life.
Quick review. It's bad. Rowan Atkinson. It's a shame that these are the films he has to make to make money.
Inherently not funny. It's like the man who wrote it just forgot to add the comedy.
The man who wrote it doesn't know how the internet works, but does know what Darude Sandstorm is. Yeah,
that was a weird choice. There's a weird sequence. The only part I laughed was when he takes LSD or hype pills.
No, he takes like energy pills that like get him all hyped up.
And then Rowan Atkinson goes full physical comedy, which is probably the strongest part of the film.
Most of the comedy that lands comes from the performance.
Yeah, but there's like
Ben Miller was really
even
good.
The wordplay stuff, like you kind of like the obvious comedy.
It was a very obvious like, oh, obviously I'm not going to do this, and then that happens, and oh, I'm good at this, and he's obviously not. It's very you can tell everything that's going to happen.
And Emma Thompson doing her best Theresa May impression, because she was genuinely doing a Theresa May impression. I don't know if you picked up on that. She was doing a Theresa May impression.
I just thought it sounded like Emma Thompson.
Did you think so? So maybe she sounds like Theresa May then, but Theresa May, you know, did a wee bit impression of her. But yeah, no, absolutely abysmal film. Leave her alone. She's trying to dance. This one's to dance. She's the dancing queen.
She's a fucking troll. Yeah, don't go see Johnny English if you want to see a good film. But if you just watch the first one.
First one's not that good. Second one's better.
Really?
I like Reborn better than the first one. Mainly because I can't remember the first one.
Okay. Right. Now's the moment you've all been
clicked on the video
waiting for. Yeah, because it'll be the title probably. Cameron, you went to the London Film Festival.
No, Jordy, where do you want me to begin? Because I can start.
So you started with First Man.
Yes, and I moved on to the gala premiere of Buster Scruggs.
Ooh, Ballad of Buster Scruggs. New Coen films. Yep. Everyone's excited. Well, no one's really excited.
Are we excited?
All the Kino enthusiasts are excited for it.
You're not excited for it? I thought you'd be up for a Coen Brothers.
No, as in like everyone that's like a film fan.
Are we excited?
It's like oh, it's a new Coen Brothers. Blah, blah, blah.
Originally a TV series, and you can really tell because it
was going to be a film first, though. Wasn't it?
It was Annapurna.
I thought it was film, TV series, and then film.
No, Annapurna Television was the original.
So it was always going to be an anthology TV series.
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, so it would work better as that because they're all so different. So basically, the Coen Brothers, they said they'd written some scripts about like just some short films set in the West, and then they kind of had the idea to make it like an anthology television series. And this Ballad of Scruggs is basically where it ended up. There's loads of famous people in it. Tim Blake Nelson, you know that guy?
Yeah.
Zoe Kazan, James Franco, all turn up for different films, and it's really disappointing. It's just so disappointing.
Do you think they made them as episodes first and then edited it down to
that's
film?
yeah, that's kind of what they were. I think that's what they were going for, because you don't. The only thing you expect from Black Mirror, okay, is you expect a technological kind of slant, and their kind of slant is the West and death. So everything has like the running theme of like death. And
Okay.
that's kind of like just Western and death, whereas Black Mirror's technology and upset, and it doesn't matter if they don't really connect in the television series, because you're expecting something different. But and you're watching it in a 2-hour film, you're expecting something kind of similar, and they just clash with each other.
Right.
It starts off really strong. It starts off with the titular,
Scruggs.
Mr. Scruggs,
Tim
who is
Nelson.
a singing cowboy.
Right.
like,
So like
in a
classic
kind of like 30s 40s singing cowboy in a white cowboy. I'm trying to get comfy. His seat's horrible.
You're just moving around.
Yeah, it's because I'm having to. That's why I had my feet up in here, because it was like. Yeah, I know.
Oh, don't break anything.
I'm not gonna break it. This is not gonna work. Yes. So he's in a white suit. He
Do you want to
seems.
swap seats?
No, it's fine. Fucking ruining my review. Where was I? He
It's
was
a singing cowboy.
singing cowboy, and he's very kind of like, look at the camera, singing a lovely, hilarious song, and then he goes and shoots someone like fucking like graphically in the face, and that's the whole thing. Where it's like, that's the entire thing is just how funny this cowboy is, because he's like, like obsessively like the horrific person, but with like a smile, kind of like what the singing cowboys kind of were. Although, and that's fun. And he dies, like there's like dying and stuff, and like, and then it ends, and we get James Franco in a completely different randomness, and it's kind of funny, but it starts off so strong, and the entire cinema was laughing for this first sketch. It was so funny, and then you're hoping. Keep him going up, Jordy. You want to keep going up.
And were the Coen brothers, were they talking before or after the film?
The Cineworld Leicester Square, they were at for the intro, and then they came to us.
Was it a Q&A?
Yes, for the
Did anyone ask why the film was bad?
No, I wanted to. It wasn't bad. I have to say, they don't flow together in the way I would have liked, and a lot of them they drag on, because they all vary in length. Like Buster Scruggs is like barely 10 minutes long.
Right.
Whereas the next one's like 5 minutes long, then the next one's like 25 minutes long, and because they're so short, and when you get to a 25-minute one, it's like, this is going on for fucking hours. When is this gonna end? The longest one, I think, is the Zoe Kazan one, who's like, it's like a kind of like more of a romantic drama kind of thing,
right?
Where she's on a wagon trail, her brother dies, and she kind of falls in love with the person who leads the wagon trail kind of thing. They hire in the West, they kind of hired up people to.
Yeah.
The wagon trail. That's the longest, one of the most boring ones, I have to say, just in terms of all the other ones as well. And it's really disappointing. Just because I don't know what it was. They don't flow together in any way. It's shot nice. Gotta say, all of them are very different in the way they're shot. They're nice. They look nice. But
they shot like Wes Anderson films.
No.
Okay.
Why?
Just because I really want Wes Anderson to do a western. I think it would fit him. If he did a sort of western.
I think he might do that at some point. Anyway, they're all different colour schemes and shit, and it's all nice. The Ballad of Scruggs' the best one. Second best one's probably one about a gold prospector who kind of like digs pointlessly. That one's like, that's kind of the quality, because the entire thing is about a guy who just digs holes.
Right.
And that's the second best one. So imagine how bad the other ones are. Like, the drama one, not too bad. James Franco's one's pointless, where it's kind of like he robs a bank, falls in love, gets sentenced to execution, manages to survive, then is chased by some other stuff, arrested again, sent to execution, sees a girl, and then it ends.
Oh.
That's it. I was so disappointed in this movie, because I was like, Coen Brothers, westerns, great cast.
Did they all feel like they ended too soon?
Well, no. Some of them felt like the end should have ended a long time ago.
Oh, right.
But I really wanted Buster Scruggs to keep going, because I was like, I've watched an entire movie of this.
Right.
If you could find a way to give me a singing cowboy, like a singing fourth wall breaking cowboy, who's ultra violent, like Tarantino-esque. I know you're saying Coen Brothers are pretty violent sometimes, but this is like over the top. This is like Kill Bill. Yeah, If Deadpool was a cowboy,
Okay.
that is what it is.
Right.
And that's the first that's how strong it starts off, and then it kind of finishes towards the end where it's kind of getting all like, oh, we're gonna try and do arty things. Like there's one where they're on a road to like death, I think, where it's like they're on their final carriage ride to a hotel, and I think it's supposed to be like a metaphor for death or something. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I think the people who are in the carriage supposed to be the Grim Reaper or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too arty on this one. But yeah, disappointment from the Coen brothers. Looks cool. What are you gonna do? Where do you want to go now? Next, do you want to just go?
What was your next film?
The next film. I had to watch. Drink water. Kind of just. Oh no, I've got water here.
Okay, that was a great.
You can end it.
That was well worth it.
Rip out. Entertain the people. And I don't know what to do. What time will we need to leave?
City of Stars, 10 to.
Okay. Green Book was a surprise film. Spoiler alert.
Green Book was your surprise film.
It's
starring Viggo Mortensen and
Mahershala Ali, Academy Award or Mahershala Ali, in a
and Academy Awards nominated
Viggo
Mortensen.
Yep, fair enough. Viggo Mortensen plays Tony the Lip, a man who works at the Copacabana or something in New York. Very poor from a very big Italian family, which provides most of the comedy for this. Is the fact that he's like Italian and a bit racist. Don't like those blacks, you know. That's basically. He throws out in the beginning. He throws out some cups that black men drink from in his house, you know. And they send him to go, and he needs a new job because he starts a fight in the club. He becomes a driver for Doc Shirley, who is it's based on a true story. Genuine singer,
music,
yes, genuine piano player. Sorry, music. And he plays the
He's
keys.
a penis.
Big penis.
Big penis. Is he the
biggest penis in the West?
He's the big black penis.
That's a bit too far. He drives around and it's kind of like, oh, we go on a journey where we both find how our differences and how because he's like, Doc Shirley's a very posh, like trying to like almost like escape his like. He's kind of like
race.
The opposite. Yeah, I don't want to say that. Like, but he's trying to escape his class. Yeah, he's trying to be more upper class than he feels he should be because he's like Tony the Lip's like sitting and eating chicken Kentucky Fried Chicken with his hands and stuff, and he's like knives and forks, and it's like, oh, look how wacky this guy is. And they go on a lovely searching journey where they learn more about each other, and there's like some race stuff sprinkled in there for a bit of drama, but it never goes completely all in on it. And I think that would have been more interesting if they'd kind of like not played it safe. It's like your gran will love it. Your gran will absolutely love this film. Eats it up.
She's racist as fuck, so
no, but she will love it because even if your gran is racist as hell, she will love this movie because it's kind of like we're not gonna really acknowledge the race stuff. We're just gonna kind of ignore the race. We're kind of have a couple of drama beats on that, but we'll have a funny road trip movie with Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen basically playing an Italian guy. Hawkeye's wife, Linda
Cardinelli. Yeah, she's like A Simple Favor and Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, she's
Velma.
Viggo Mortensen. I noticed that when I was just good to. Now all I see is Velma.
Yeah.
She's Viggo Mortensen's wife, and they send the funniest part of the movie is when she's like, write to me every day, and Viggo Mortensen will write this. He's like typical like.
Oh yes,
class, and he can't write, and so Doc Shirley helps him write all these like really lovely poetic letters, and they kind of like, oh, look how he's like a regular William Shakespeare, and that's kind of how funny it is. I gave it like 3 stars on Letterboxd. It's like a perfectly enjoyable movie.
I was going to say it's a good film.
Yeah, it's a good film. Perfectly fine, watchable, enjoyable stuff. Mahershala Ali, Viggo Mortensen, completely unrecognisable. Got a big shout out for that because I didn't realise he was in the movie until at the end.
Is that because is this the first film you've seen with him without a beard of any kind?
I think it might be. Yeah. So I didn't realise it was him because he's really fat in it. He's got really greasy hair, and like I didn't. If you're not trained to see Viggo Mortensen,
creepy smile.
Yeah, kind of.
Really wide.
So I they announced
Joker.
because it was the surprise film. They announced afterwards, they're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, for a Q&A, Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali." And I turned to the person next to me, Lee, and went, and I went, "Viggo Mortensen was in that." And he was like, "Yeah." So hey, I'm an absolute idiot. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh my god, my throat is so sore. It's McDonald's.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
Ba, 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 ba. It's killing
Kill me now. Ba-da-da-da-da. Living till 20. Ooh. I'm 20. Just remember.
I am.
Would you like some gum? What was your next film, Cameron?
You see, I'm gonna have to try and remember. I don't like gum actually. That's a bad idea. Is it gum or is it like a?
It's like chewing gum.
Oh no, that's right. Sorry for picking that and wasting your gum. Next film.
Sweaty hands.
Beautiful Boy, or as I like to call it, Tim Spotting, because I'm a funny boy.
Hey, Beautiful Boy, starring Timothy Chalamet, and
Evil Slay.
Steve Carell.
Timothy Chalamet plays a drug addict. It's based on, I think it's based on the memoirs of a father and son, Nick and I want to say Dave,
Okay.
Chef, who
Who's it directed by?
I had that in my notes, but I've not got my notes with me unfortunately because
That's why.
you can quickly Google it and see what Beautiful Boys who Beautiful Boys directed by. It'd be lovely if you could do that, but I will quickly explain the plot.
Great work you did for us down it. I saw films.
Don't know who they were
and
by.
didn't know who the actors were.
Yeah, so Timothy Chalamet plays a drug addict called Nick who takes lots of drugs. It's the most boring sentence.
That's what an addict does.
Yep, and Steve Carell plays his father, and it's basically about the relationship and the strain that he puts on his family by doing all these drugs.
Felix van Graeneling.
What's he done before?
He's done Belgica.
This is his first English movie.
Broken. I think so. Yeah, it must be. Misfortunates.
Okay, so that guy, he did it. He's an addict. It's about the strain basically the relationship and strain he puts in his family. That's basically the forefront of this movie. He's from a broken family, and Steve Carell plays the father. You'll never guess who the abandoned mother is.
The abandoned mom.
So the divorced mum.
Julie Walters.
The mum is the woman who played the Michael Scott's wife. That's who it is. So it's like a miniature Office reunion. I think it's a sequel to The Office.
Oh, right.
I'm 100%. You know the blonde woman he falls in love with and leaves for?
No.
You've not seen it?
I like The Office. Parks and Rec is better.
I need... Okay, this is a casting call. If you want to do a podcast with me, come. You see, someone who watches The Office will be like, "Oh my god, that's so cool," because it's like a miniature Office reunion. It's lovely. I've got to say, Timothy Chalamet, bit miscast. He's too pretty to be a drug addict. You know when someone's a bit too pretty to be a drug addict?
Get Aaron Paul in. He's brilliant.
A young Aaron Paul would have been perfect, but no. This guy's he's like an emo-y kind of like, I hate the world. I want to feel something. Yeah. His dad, a bit of a hypocrite, because he's like, oh, I'll do some cocaine on the side. I'll do a bit of like. Okay. Yeah. To deal with the stress, he's like, oh, I'll do some cocaine. I'll do some weed, kind of thing. And you're like, wow, you're just as bad, you idiot. But the relationship kind of falls flat. Although Steve Carell's performance is probably the best one about this film. Right. That's it. He's very, very, very.
He's a surprisingly good serious actor.
He's a very good serious actor. Foxcatcher is pretty good in. Does that complete transformation. Is he trying for an Oscar? I think he might be trying for an Oscar.
Did he get anything for Big Short?
Was he in Big Short? He was in Big Short, wasn't he? Yeah. No, didn't.
That was a very good film. That one? No.
It didn't.
Spotlight one that year. He's going. Everyone's going for an Oscar.
He'll get nominated because he's got both of them will get nominated because they both have the shouty bit. Where it's like, you've just recorded this. The director finished went, well, that'll be your Oscar bit. That'll be your Oscar VT. That's basically what this movie is.
We have to film the rest of the film now.
Yeah, it's one big Oscar VT for Timothy Chalamet and Steve Carell. It's just really disappointing. Like it suffers from horrific kind of like repetitive. It's a very repetitive movie where it's like I don't know if you've seen like it's kind of it's a commonplace with these kind of films where I don't know, a film about a prostitute will be like sex wants to kill himself, sex wants to kill himself, sex wants to kill himself. This is like drugs recovery.
It shows the struggle.
Yes, but the struggle is boring when it's about the fifth time, and you start to like you feel sorry for the family, but you're like, I really cannot be bothered anymore. This is really boring. Like fix them or do something interesting and change up a little bit. But they don't. They never do. And it did get to some people. The guy next to me was absolutely weeping by the end of the movie, and I was like, am I a heartless bastard? And then I went out and everyone was like, and I spoke to some people and they were like, that wasn't that good, was it? That was a bit disappointing. And it seems to be a kind of common theme where if you like Timothy Chalamet, you're like, oh my god, little boy Timmy, he's so good at acting, love Timmy. You'll love it. But if you didn't, Bernice will love it. The person from uni will love it.
Name drop.
Will love it. Bernice will love it.
I'll
tell you that right now. But I did not, and most people I spoke to in London did not like it that much. So disappointment from the Oscar front. I bring bad news from London Film Festival so far, because then I saw drum roll. No, this is just me drinking a bit of water. Alfonso Cuarón.
I say Cuarón.
Cuarón. I say Cuarón.
Because it's C-U-A-R-O-N.
Cuarón. His new film, Roma.
Oh boy.
Very immersive film.
I don't know anything about this film. It's everything everyone's talking about.
Very immersive filmmaking. It's even though it's in black and white, very immersive filmmaking. From it's set in Mexico, follows the kind of like struggles of a maid of this family, and it's she kind of like it's just her day-to-day life kind of. It's kind of like it's not like a narrative. It's more like a slice of life kind of thing. The Florida Project kind of thing, where it's not like you've not got like a opposing threat. You've just kind of got like this is.
It's just a film.
It's just
It has a beginning and an end.
Yeah. There's no middle part like threat or anything or like Thanos has come down.
Oh yeah, I know the film.
Yeah, you know those kind of films.
I want to make some. Things happen.
Well, it's just a film where things happen. There's no threat kind of thing. There's like kind of an act, but it's just kind of like a slice of kind of life kind of thing going on.
Right.
Black and white, beautifully shot. Obviously, I think Alfonso did it himself, which is one of the That's not even the best part. I saw it in Dolby Atmos, which is Picture House Central has Dolby Atmos sound system. And I would tell you right now, I was looking behind me. Have you ever done that in the IMAX where you can hear like a voice like, and nothing's there?
No, but at the end of Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief, the post-credits bit, when the abusive dad like looks in the fridge and there's the Gorgon face, Medusa's face, and then it cracks. It goes black, and then you can hear the cracking of him turning into stone.
There's a post-credit scene.
Shot myself. Yeah.
In Percy Jackson. Ooh, I didn't know that.
Of him turning into stone.
Wow. The dad.
Yeah, the abusive dickhead.
Wow. Yeah. That's news to me. Anyway, sound design. Absolutely incredible. Some of the best sound design I've ever encountered in my entire cinema-going life. So
you think it was a very good technical film?
Technical film, I think, as a film, but as a film, it kind of works as well. Like it's a very kind of intriguing story. I don't want to go too much into it because there's like, I don't know. It's like it's difficult to explain and difficult to say. I don't want to like spoil it for you because I think you'll enjoy it. I just hope you don't watch it on the computer.
Better, probably.
Watch it with some headphones.
Better.
Watch it with some Dolby Atmos headphones.
Better technical film than First Man.
Sound design wise, yeah, probably sound design. Probably, given I think it'll win cinematography. I think it's got a good bet. Like it's going to win foreign language film. And
so you think it'll be nominated for foreign language?
Yeah, it's Mexico's entry.
Oh, okay. Do you not think it's... Can a foreign film be nominated for
Best Picture?
For Best
yes,
Picture?
That's happened before.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what the example is, but I know it's happened before. Sound design, 100%. I think it has it in the bag. Just due to it doesn't have a score, so you just hear the kind of like bustling of the bustling in the streets, kind of like going about. You hear things around you. You feel like you're in a bubble, basically, and you're just following. You feel like you're just following around. It's really, really, really cool. But yeah, the actual story kind of aspect of it is really interesting as well. It's very traumatic to say the least.
Right.
Towards the end, where it kind of kicks off towards.
What's it about?
About a maid who kind of like her day-to-day life in Mexico, and then
Kind of
happens. Something happens towards the end of the movie, which is really, really fucking traumatic, and that's where the big drama stuff kind of comes from. Nothing really happens for. It's annoying. It's annoying to say nothing really happens for the first like 2 acts, first like 2/3 of the film, but nothing does. But it's still a really interesting watch. If you get what I mean. And then towards the end, they're like, "Oh shit, we should add a little bit of drama going on in here," and that's when it all kind of kicks off. But really interesting movie, really well done, well shot, well done. Well sound, like a bit of sound, Jordy. Like a bit of sound.
You should have ranked the films you saw.
Well, it's funny you say that because at the end I was planning to just go through them as a quick rundown.
Okay.
It's funny you say
Great
that.
minds think alike.
Funny you say that because the last we're 50 minutes. I feel like this is gonna be a bumper episode for us. What does he after that? Oh, it's on non-fiction. Don't really want to speak about non-fiction. It's the latest film from Charles. Yeah, the guy, the personal shopper. Okay, that's the base. He's a French guy. The reason I went to go see it was genuinely a personal shopper alone. So I enjoy personal shopper. People enjoy his follow-up. I did not enjoy his follow-up. Okay. That was one of the. I really annoyed because I went to see it over Hummingbird Project, which is the new Jesse Eisenberg, Peter Skarsgård kind of thriller.
Oh, right.
And I annoyingly didn't go see that because I went to go see this because I'm like interesting movies. I like it, but it's just
films.
It's just French people smoking cigarettes going, "Wow, I can't believe books are becoming digital." No, it's like I can't believe books are becoming digital.
Just French people.
Oh, I can't believe politics. Politics are so boring and horrible, and I think everything's horrible.
It's like a French to this.
Yeah, it's just French.
They could have just done a podcast.
Yeah, it's got nothing interesting to say, but it thinks it has loads of interesting and smart things to say. When they just sound like moany people. If you get what I mean, like us. It's a shame. Frontrunner.
We could be a festival film. Right.
Frontrunner,
so you saw Frontrunner.
The IMAX experience, and that film not shot for IMAX. I saw it on the laser IMAX screen in London. Right. Which is like that's where the press screenings for the bigger films in Warren were held on picture in Cineworld, Leicester Square. It should not be seen in IMAX. Just like don't see it in IMAX. It won't be released in IMAX. Very big, very big.
Very big.
Yeah, because Hugh Jackman plays Gary Hart, who basically blew his entire presidential campaign because he decided to have sexy times with someone who wasn't his wife.
Oh no. Well, it doesn't always work.
What do you mean?
Some people may or may not
have
had sex during their campaign.
Yeah.
And are now president.
Like, that's allegedly. Kind of what the film is kind of. The film's going.
Look what happened.
Yeah, no, the film's going. Look how tame things were back then, and we didn't stand for it. Why are we like this now? So he cheats on his wife, and it all becomes a massive press thing. And I think I don't know if it's just well timed. I don't know when the script was written or anything, or if it's just well timed that it's like, oh, look how bad look how tame the sex scandals were back in the day. But I think it originally set out to be kind of like how far are the press allowed to go into someone's private life. Because that was the argument that Gary Hart makes in the brilliant performance from Hugh Jackman. I've got to say, he's a good actor. That guy, actor. He does some good acting. Yeah. Gary Hart's very annoyed at the fact that these people just camped outside his house and tried to catch him with someone because there was a suspicion, and they were like, we need to confirm this because they thought. Well,
does it start off with the revelation that he has had a sex scandal?
So it's kind of follows the newspapers as well.
Okay.
And there it kind of has Washington Post, like the Washington Post, and I think it's the Miami Herald who broke the news in the end. But it kind of follows the newspaper. It follows Gary Hart first and foremost, but kind of like the side plots, kind of the newspapers and their kind of goings on as well. But yeah, it's how far do you think the press allowed to go kind of thing. J.K. Simmons plays the editor of. It's not the Miami Herald. It's not the Post. No, he doesn't. He doesn't play an editor. He plays the campaign leader.
Okay.
For Jackman, who he just basically steals every scene he's in, because he's got that J.K. Simmons like harsh sarcasm,
right?
Where he's like, the J.K. Simmons where he's like, fucking quipping about, but like in a arseholy way kind of way.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And he steams it, and he's very good in it as well. And it's like I really want him to get nominated for best supporting, but he's not in it enough to get nominated, which is yeah. There's not much else to say other than it's kind of like
he won, didn't he?
He won for
Whiplash. Yeah.
It's kind of it works as a film on first and foremost, but it'll also just supposed to be a showcase of Jackman's acting kind of thing, where he's like, that's kind of where the main criticism comes from. I think it's shot really nice. It opens with like, it nails the whole 80s thing because it opens with a old style Columbia logo and stuff like that. You know, like they've scanned it from like. What's
the soundtrack like?
It starts with the the bit it's like dum 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 dum, not from Reservoir Dogs, but it's kind of like it's the one from Baby Driver. You know, it's like I think it's not Harlem Shuffle. It's like something else. I forgot the name of it. It starts. It's the soundtrack's. The soundtrack's pretty good. There are some stand-up songs I can't remember the name of right now because I'm not very good with my music. But there are some stand-up songs that I did notice and I was like, oh, that's cute. That's kind of.
But then it's not. It goes on to a different song and that's the Harlem Shuffle.
Oh, that's not it then. It's definitely in Baby Driver. It sounds like the one from Reservoir Dogs, but it's not.
Call me Baby Driver.
No, that's kind of like opens with like a big wonder.
Alright.
Like around introducing everyone from the campaign Gary Hart did before, where he conceded to someone else, but he was like the front runner, and it's like, oh, a lot can change in 3 weeks.
Alright.
Everyone laughed when it did the whole like a bit come out said Gary Hart. It's like 1988. Gary Hart currently leads the presidential election. He's expected to win. He is the front runner, and then everything goes away and it just says the front runner, and it's sort of cringy, but it's like sort of like, oh,
just copy Blade Runner.
Yeah, basically. It fades away like Blade Runner.
They are the front runners.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a showcase for Jackman's acting. Why are we only coming out the left ear? Why are we only coming out the left ear?
I don't fucking know. I can fix it, but
okay.
I don't know. We'll find out soon.
Hopefully it's not going to be too much of an issue.
Nah.
Okay.
I'll fix it.
After that, this is the last day. That's kicked off the last day.
Okay.
I only saw 3 films a day, which was kind of annoying. I wish I could have seen more, but I was absolutely knackered by the last day. So there's nothing I could have done about it. I nearly saw Out of Blue on the second day, but I just could not be bothered to stay
Out of Blue?
Yes. I can't remember what it was
not
about.
Out of the Blue?
No, it's Out of Blue. I thought it was Out of Blue, but it's just Out of Blue. Who knows? Anyway, we've got 10 minutes left to wrap this up. Anyway, I'll just go through them quickly. Second Vox Lux.
Vox Lux?
I don't want to go too much into it because you need to see it without knowing anything.
Okay, but that was your film with the...
That was my film with the... Natalie Portman... Natalie Portman's not in it for design that anyway. It's about a girl who's kind of it's about her journey into stardom, and then it skips a couple years and it's about her. She suffers a really horrible trauma in the beginning. Okay, I don't want to describe because it made me jump up my skin, and it was very shocking.
Okay,
it's very well shot, very lovely, very well done altogether. Original songs by Sia as well, so very important to know. Sia wrote all the songs for the movie. The journey into fame, Jude Law picks him up. She sings a song at like a memorial or something for the trauma she goes through. It's like a big thing. I don't want to fucking ruin it because it's really, knowing nothing is the best.
Did your child die?
No, because she's a kid, so she's very young. She's high school age, and she sings a song at this big event, and she's picked up by a record label. Basically, becomes a hit. William Dafoe narrates this, by the way. I really should have preface this. I'm trying to go for it quickly, and I end up going for it really, really slowly. And it's her journey into stardom and all the kind of the trauma that shapes her into the woman she is today, in the present. Because then it jumps. The second act jumps into today, and it goes. It's Natalie Portman is her. Child Star does a really bad Natalie Portman impression, but she's passable. She's Natalie Portman in Jackie. She plays Natalie Portman doing Jackie Onassis from Jackie.
Okay.
You know how Jackie has that really horrible but they're not a horrible performance. But the way Jackie speaks in Jackie,
Yes.
it's like a bit stilted and weird. That's what she assumes Natalie Portman sounds like all the time, when she doesn't.
Right.
So it's kind of off-putting. It jumps to Natalie Portman, who it become this very horrible adult, and just has really bad relationships with everyone in life, and it goes through all the drama on that. And then the third act, it's a concert film for the last 10 minutes of basically the concert, which is
it's just Star is Born.
It Stars Born for people with a big good mind.
Better than Star is Born?
I've rated it lower because the last 10 minutes are really
boring.
No, not boring. They just don't flow with the film.
Okay.
It's well shot. The beginning is just it's so much better done than the last 10 minutes, which just kind of knocks all the momentum off you. And the songs, it doesn't feel like it feels like from a separate movie almost, and it's just it doesn't work. And it could have been done in a better way. I don't know how you would have done it, but it just should have been done in a better way because it just knocks all the momentum from the film, and you think it's leading up to something big, and then nothing happens.
Wow.
So it's disappointing like that, but I still really loved every second of it. I really did enjoy it.
Right.
The last film, Destroyer. Oh my lord, Buff. People liked this movie. I have to preface it with people did like this movie.
Okay.
A lot of people like this movie. I, however, didn't like this movie. Natalie Portman plays a hard.
Not Natalie Portman.
No, what's her name? Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Yeah.
Natalie Portman. Nicole Kidman plays a hardened cop who looks like a gargoyle now, and she's like really worn down by her past.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of flashbacks to like her time as an undercover cop, tracking down this guy called Solus or something. I don't really know because I did fall asleep during the middle portion of this movie because it is just so boring. I was nudged. Well, I was told I was about to get nudged because I was snoring, not loudly, but just kind of like a bit, just as you do when you sleep, kind of like a loud breath. But I don't think I missed much because it did. It's like it's kind of a mystery, kind of like piecing together what her life is like, what her life was back then, and why she is the way she is now, and why she's got such a vendetta against this person. It also fucks about with timelines and stuff. So like it's like I'm trying to think of a good comparison. Mental.
Okay.
And it flashes back to her time from like I don't even know, like 5-10 years ago. She's really aged poorly. Is all I can say, because she looks like Nicole Kidman in the flashbacks, but she looks like a gargoyle.
So this was supposed to be it's the transformation Oscar bait.
Yeah.
Because she's transformed.
But she's not even that great in it either, which is really disappointing. It was a really boring movie as well because it moves so slow. I wouldn't be
surprised if she's still nominated though.
Why? I don't think there's any buzz whatsoever.
Just because she went through the transformation.
I don't know if it's even got a release date yet.
I mean, Gary Oldman won for putting on a fat suit.
No, it's not always like that. What was I going to say? It's got some. There's some nice shots, I suppose. Is the best way I can.
Nobody dropped the camera.
Nobody dropped the camera.
There's a star.
Yeah, and Nicole Kidman does a different performance, which gives it another half star, and that's where it kind of ends. It has side plots with like her family and stuff, but the film kind of puts front and center for a lot of it, and thinks, oh, these are really cool, these will add to the film, and it just drags and drags and drags and drags and drags and drags and drags until you're asleep, and people are going, Cameron, wake the fuck up. And then it does the flashback stuff at the end, because that's how I knew I didn't miss anything, because it did like the mystery. It kind of like piece,
it sums up all the stuff
that's happened during the movie. It sums up, and you're like,
because you're dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
and you don't get it.
And I was like, I saw all that, and that's what made me think, did I sleep? Because I finished the movie, and I was like,
did I miss anything important?
And I didn't, because I finished the movie, and I was like, that was okay. I think I fell asleep though, because I remember seeing everything. And it was like, you did, you fell asleep, you were snoring, and I was like, oh,
okay. That's
embarrassing, but it's it made this review slightly better since I now have something interesting to say about it. London Film Festival as a whole though, pretty good. I think my top.
What are your must-sees from the festival?
Vox Lux, frontrunner Roma, I think Buster Scruggs is like my fourth rated, even though I fucking went off on it. But
Alright.
it's still watchable.
Yeah.
It would work. Like I said, it would have worked better as an anthology series on Netflix than it would have as a thing, because you could have worked as a platform. It could have been like, oh, we can add a couple series to this if someone wants to add some more Western material. It could have been like Black Mirror but for Westerns.
Yeah.
I had a really great time. I really want to go next year. You should come.
I should.
You should come next year.
Might.
It's very easy to get a press pass. Very easy. Let anyone in the door.
Worth the 40 quid?
Mm-hmm. You've no clue how much money I saved. You really think I could have afforded 30 quid tickets to the front runner? No.
Well, maybe he just wouldn't have been able to buy Blu-rays.
Can't have that now, can we?
No, I can't.
Yeah, I've got into some of the stuff I didn't see. Outlaw King, really wish I could have seen that.
With
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine's penis.
Yes.
Chris Pine's.
Did I say that? Did I tell you that? Because there was like
I think you tweeted about it.
nudity is more shocking than violence for people now, and Chris Pine's it is like
But
full
he's American.
There's a penis in Roma. There's a penis in Roma, which was shocking.
Oh boy.
So I was like, oh boy, there's a full piece just swinging about there. There it is. He's like windmilling, it's like, oh my god. Yeah, we should really go soon.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Mandy, by the way.
Yeah.
Stop slamming things on me. Because that's what that was. Stop him!
Anyway,
Cameron beats me.
Vox Lux, frontrunner, Roma, Ballad, Russell Scruggs. We're all a good time. Come next year, Jordy. Anyway.
Hopefully we'll have better films next year.
Yeah, no, we should. We should. We'll go for a week next year. We'll go the entire week. It'll be so expensive.
What about Venice?
Good point.
Or Fantastic Fest in Austin.
We should do that.
We should. If we have
Anyway.
We will.
I have been Cameron Howell. He has been Jordy Steele.
You can follow us both at Oh Hi Films on Twitter and at Real Jordy Steele, Reels in Film, and at CamsOOG. You can check out our new website.
Yes, there should be some written reviews up there by now. I'm assuming I have half as of recording, I have half a Beautiful Boy review and half a Ballad of a Scruggs review written. So I just need to go and finish them, but I'm in Edinburgh all day, so I can manage to do that.
ohhifilms.com.
Yeah, so you even bought the domain. It's great stuff, because in the last one we're like ohhifilms.wordpress.com. That's
OHIFILMS.com.
But of course, remember you have to add https://www.ohhifilms.com. That again, that is. Anyway, yeah, maybe new things coming soon. I don't know. We have ideas all the time. We just never have the enthusiasm to do them.
Time. Who knows? Maybe soon. Hopefully soon, because it would be cool to start soon. Just to get more content out. Don't expect it to be good.
Share it with your friends. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Jesus
that.
Christ, we do all this stuff for you. What do we get out of it? Fucking nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Let's go.
All right.